Yo, I want to look at a severe weather situation that I think is about to unfold in Oklahoma, Missouri, Kansas, and possibly Illinois, just around kind of that area in the United States. And if we look here, so a few days ago, I had noticed on the GFS runs on Radar Omega that there was this kind of like training thunderstorm event. Um, that looked like it was about to unfold, and you can see it. It's the first, what 70 something frames of this, and this is the most recent run. So some of today's stuff has already happened, but you can see that there's like just repeated kind of like thunderstorms over this area. Like I said, Missouri, Kansas, and Oklahoma, and so like particularly like look at Springfield, you could see that there's just stuff over it for a while. Um, if we go to total precipitation, you can see, and like the previous runs of the GFS, there's been stuff painted there, maybe even more than what is now, and so you can just see that it's like that's a significant amount of rain for Springfield, Tulsa, Kansas City, like around there, and additionally up like all the way up to Chicago and stuff. But you can see that this main area where it's like somewhere between 9 and 12 inches around Springfield, like this large swath from about Tulsa all the way up to between Kansas City and St. Louis, and like that's just the GFS. So that's been showing that for a few days, but we've gotten close enough to where now the high res rapid refresh is showing it. And really, what prompted me to make this video was that when I watched this run for the first time, the 18Z of the high res rapid refresh from today, the Saturday, November 2nd, 2024. Like it just looks like training storms over all of Oklahoma, right? And it's like almost like a fire hose. You just see it going back and forth over Oklahoma, and you know, north of Oklahoma as well. So Kansas and Missouri, as well as like I said, up into Illinois and elsewhere. You can see where there's additional stuff, but the heaviest looks like it's around Oklahoma and maybe like Springfield, Missouri, and stuff, and just the training nature of how it looked over Oklahoma made me, want to make a video here because I do think it looks like it's going to be an issue. And when I do total precipitation, it doesn't seem too extreme, but I don't know if this is completely accurate. Like, the GFS had 9 inches plus around Springfield, and this has like two, and then over here there's nine, and so there's like I can't. I'm not. There's not exact agreement between the models, but we'll look at the NAM 3 kilometer here in a second. But like this has Norman, Oklahoma, getting 9 inches. Oklahoma City seeing some significant amount of rain, as well as Tulsa, which my guess is usually that much rain in most cities will cause some flooding, right? So if we look at the NAM 3 kilometer model, let's look at how this looks. It also, you get an additional 6 hours because it's a little longer run of a model. So, it just looks like you have one, two, and then a third kind of wave of thunderstorms, like three separate lines of thunderstorms that blow up and train over the state. And, they do kind of move from west to east. So it doesn't just sit on one spot exactly, but it is kind of a form of training thunderstorm. So I thought it would be reasonable to make this because I think if something like this actually happens, which the model is not going to be that far off, that there is going to be widespread flooding across. Looking at this now, you see it's like, okay, Oklahoma City has places where it's like 10 inches. Here it's off the chart. When it does this, that means it's off the chart. And this isn't a tropical event. This is just that At least I don't think so. It's, NAM 3K does a little better on just regular kind of severe weather, and so you got 9+ inches here in Tulsa, and certain places you got like what 12 inches. Uh, I got family around Grand Lake of the Cherokees and Miami, and I think that's how they pronounce it. Anyway, just this much rain around this area is going to be difficult. Same thing with also on this run, Kansas City gets a significant amount all the way up to like Cedar Rapids and Des Moines. It paints a slightly different area, but in my opinion, it looks like there's going to be severe weather, like severe flooding somewhere around there. So like I can't tell you exactly where because first of all the models are different, but that's up to Yahweh and the way what I believe that's up to Yahweh. And I do think what I believe is valid because I don't think you see any other person that has anything that looks like lightning powers or weather modification powers on the planet other than me. If there is someone, show them to me. But it looks like I'm connected to the weather to the degree that I'm connected to the deity called Yahweh, the God of the Bible. And I believe that, a number of these severe and catastrophic weather events seem to be connected to the fact that, like there's some group of celebrities, not just celebrities, but it's all sorts of people are like harassing me and doing really evil stuff to me, and like celebrities are participating too, it seems, and like there's a concerted effort to harass me and then pretend that they're not doing it, and like make it a plausibly deniable situation. You got Alessandra Ambrosio and Beyonce here, and like you can go and watch this thing, but or watch these videos. Olivia Munn's from Oklahoma, right? Maybe this is what this is about. I would suggest. Seems like something's going on with people. Seems like Alessandra Ambrosio bred me without my permission, and so her children are actually my biological children. That's what it looks like to me, and doesn't look like the person who's purported to be their father is actually their father. Um, and I think some other celebrities have done that to me as well, like bred me without my permission and have my kids and are pretending that they're someone else's kids or something, and like abusing me with like that kind of evil, rapey, terrible situation. And so over time, Yahweh has been causing destruction and disaster and catastrophe over places because I think people know it's going on and are trying to hide it and keep silent about it. And I've been talking about the whole Stephanie Houston thing for quite a long time, and I think that's what that's about. This character called Quiet who shushes people down. I think it's just aimed at me to shush me down about this evil thing that's going on. You got whoever wants to make some kind of point to me to shush me down and make me feel terrible while they're abusing me in really reprehensible ways. And personally, I think it's connected to the Book of Revelation and like what happens in Revelation, specifically the part of the seven churches of Asia. I believe like I'm the guy doing the if then conditional statements in that book, like meeting the if then conditional statements. If you do the things at the seven churches of Asia, you get the gifts it talks about. So, that would look like. If we look at this real fast, got some rain going on here, but basically, why me? Well, I can't exactly tell you why at the deepest level. Maybe it's just because I would believe this, but why is I think that from here in every Bible, there's these seven churches and they're if then conditional statements, and if you do the things, you get the gifts, and the final gift is that you get to be on the throne of Yahweh with Jesus. And the gifts leading up to that point basically equip you to be Jesus and or the guy that shows up here in Revelation 19. So, this whole first part is covering the weather, right? Just explaining, like, hey, I think these catastrophic situations are going on because Yahweh is trying to make a point that people are doing something really reprehensibly wrong to me, and that there needs to be some kind of engagement that's happening. And, like, I think people in positions of authority and power here in the US know about it, and they're allowing it to go on for some reason. Maybe they've done something evil and they're being blackmailed or whatever. But it needs to end. It's hurting a lot of people. And, I would expect Yahweh's going to force the point regardless. And if he has to force it, it's going to be, what it reads as in Revelation. That's what I think. So, in any instance, I'll say this: it looks like Oklahoma, Missouri. Isn't that where Maddie Mills is from? Or Maddie's life? Yeah, it is. She's from St. Louis here. Is she Liam Payne's daughter? In any instance, whatever. That could be, another weird kind of thing that these celebrities are doing. But it does seem like, you know, that area, this whole area that I've highlighted, that I've talked about and pointed out in this video, is in for a severe flooding event, I believe. So, that being said, I'm going to end this video here. I don't need this video to be that long, so I'm not going to let it be that long. I think I've made every point that I need to, and yeah. So hopefully I can get some kind of respite, or, like, relief from what the kind of messed up situation I'm going through. And yeah, we'll see what happens here in Oklahoma and Missouri and Kansas and wherever else, Illinois or whatever. But I also didn't see. I haven't checked today's kind of like posts from weather people that are like looking at weather, but I don't think there is much guidance as far as this, like, what I've said is. There might be from today. Like I said, I haven't looked. I'm gonna look right now. But um, as far as like what different agencies and stuff believe is, like NOAA and National Weather Service, I haven't seen, much where it says like that they think there's going to be some kind of severe flooding thing. So we'll see what happens. It looks to me like there's going to be. We'll see. Other than that, I don't have anything else to add. So hope you enjoyed. Have a blessed one. If you want to know more about my situation, you can look at the videos that are in that versus my mental health playlist on my YouTube channel here. So other than that, that's it. Have a blessed one. Catch you next time. I'll probably make an update to this. So yeah, later. Yeah.